Porus, also known as Puru or Porus, was a king who ruled the Paurava kingdom in the northwestern region of the Indian subcontinent, which is now modern-day Punjab. He was born around 323 BCE during the reign of Alexander the Great, and is believed to have been a descendant of the great Indian king Bharata. In 326 BCE, Alexander the Great invaded India with a large army, in an attempt to conquer new lands and expand his empire. When he reached the banks of the Jhelum River, he encountered Porus and his army, who had assembled to protect their territory. Porus was a formidable opponent, known for his military skills and bravery. He had assembled a large army consisting of infantry, cavalry, and war elephants, which were a particularly effective weapon in ancient warfare. The two sides engaged in a fierce battle, which lasted for several hours. Despite being heavily outnumbered, Porus and his army fought bravely against Alexander's forces. He employed a number of military tactics, including the use of his war elephants to trample Alexander's infantry and break up his cavalry formations. Despite his valiant efforts, Porus was eventually defeated by Alexander, who was impressed by his bravery and honor. According to ancient accounts, when Alexander asked Porus how he wished to be treated after his defeat, Porus replied, "Treat me as a king would treat another king." Alexander was so impressed by Porus' bravery and nobility that he allowed him to retain his kingdom, and even granted him additional territory. He is said to have remarked that Porus was the bravest man he had ever met. Porus continued to rule his kingdom for several more years, but his legacy was ultimately overshadowed by the achievements of other Indian kings, such as Ashoka and Chandragupta Maurya. However, his resistance against the invasion of Alexander the Great remains an important part of Indian history and folklore, and continues to be celebrated as a symbol of Indian valor and bravery.